Welcome folks to Cooking with Fernando. Tonight we're going to be making our Weight Watchers healthy Tuscan chicken pasta. This here is a recipe that I perfected during my time back in Italy where I learned to perfect my Italian cuisine. Now I just want to let you guys know this is a very good recipe, very healthy recipe, and I got all my ingredients pre-cut and measured for easy access. So what we do is we start by, and also I want to mention that this Instapot is a great tool. If you don't have one, I recommend it. Now we're going to go ahead and start by putting it on saute mode. Here you cook without the lid. We're just going to saute stuff, get the aromatics going here. So we're going to start with our half a cup of sun-dried tomatoes. That beep there, that means it's ready to go. We throw our pre-measured half a cup of sun-dried tomatoes in there. Next, we're going to go with our 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. I go a little heavy on this. Throw that in there. You hear the sizzle there? Nice aroma to it. So we're also going to start with our Italian seasoning here. We got half a tablespoon of Italian seasoning in here. Next, we're going to go with the salt. We got half a teaspoon of salt, pre-measured. Throw that in there. Next, we got our pepper here. We've got a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. A little heavy on that as well. Give it a little extra flavor. Now we're going to add our pre-cut and measured chicken. This is 2 pounds of chicken breast here, diced into cubes. So, gonna throw all that in there. So then we're just gonna stir this up really well here. Recommend using a wooden spoon, and you just want to get this nice and mixed here. Oh, you can smell it already. And we're just gonna do this for 1 to 2 minutes. This also keeps the chicken from sticking together while it's cooking. And the next thing we're going to add is the pasta and chicken broth. I'd say it's been at least a minute. So I'm going to go ahead and add my pasta. And they're calling for 3 cups of chicken broth. What you want to do, 3 cups, but you want the pasta to be covered with liquid. So usually I've learned that it's a little more than the 3 cups. So there's 2 cups. There's 3 cups. Still not covered. So like I said, you want to drown the pasta that way the noodles cook evenly. So, if you need to, it's okay to stir this all together just to make sure you get the pasta, buried in that liquid. The key here, once we seal this into the pot, it's going to basically boil that pasta. Make it nice and tender. So, I think that's pretty good there. The next thing we're going to do is grab my lid to my Instapot. This handy dandy thing here. So, what we do is close the lid with the pressure valve just filling. For those of you who aren't familiar with the Instapot, that is the lid there. Now you close it. Up here is the vent. You want to turn that over to sealing. That makes it pressure cooked there. So this calls for high pressure setting for 4 minutes. Now believe it or not, this all cooks in 4 minutes. It does take a while to come to pressure, and then it counts 4 minutes. So the 4 minutes I'd say is skewed. But we're going to go to pressure, and we're going to go to 4 minutes. So that's it. It's on 4 minutes. You'll see here in a second, it'll start on its own. It's on. So there we go. So it looks like the pressure cooker has finished cooking this delicious meal. So what we do is we want to set the vent here to venting. Now you got to be careful with this because it will release a lot of pressure and sometimes a lot of liquid because we have a lot of broth in there. So you turn this to venting carefully. And there we go. So it is just about done. The vent went down. It's safe to remove the lid. So what we do, we turn this back to open. Remove the lid. There will be some liquid in there. Be careful with that. Very hot. So then we're going to grab our pre-measured spinach. Toss that in. Our basil, 1 teaspoon, and our 2/3 cup of Parmesan cheese. So we take our wooden spoon and again just mix this. We want to get it nice and mixed in there. We want the cheese to melt and the spinach to wilt. So, spinach is nice and wilted, cheese is nice and melted. What we do next is pour the blended cream sauce that we had, the cottage cheese and the Greek yogurt, non-fat Greek yogurt, into the pot here. And we stir until the pasta is covered in sauce. And that's it. It's a done deal. I just want to show you what the finished product looks like. It is really good, trust me. So we'll just try it out. We got to try our final product here. Delicious. There you have it. Healthy Tuscan chicken pasta in the Instapot. Didn't take very long. Highly recommended. Great stuff. There you have it, folks. Cooking with Fernando. We'll do it again next time. In the meanwhile, I recommend you make this for dinner, for your significant other, your family, your friends, your love. Directed and acted out by Fernando Fernandez.